Cannonside Park is ready to play host for yet another exciting game of cricket. San Diego Surf Riders are taking on the Lashings. Wow, if yesterday's game is any indication, this is going to be a thriller as well. The Lashings were comfortably cruising at one point and then a little stutter, but they still had the nerve to get it done easily. Today would want no blips whatsoever. Well, they didn't have one with the coin for sure. Yeah, there the LA Lashings winning the toss, choosing to bat first. Zahid Zakhir is someone they'll trust with the bat in hand up top with Harpreet Singh. Mayank Raghav Brown will be excellent with the ball in hand as well, given the conditions. Akeem Dotson, someone who's always wonderful to watch once he gets going. And Aryan Chaudhary bringing in the vibe that you require to have quite the balance in your side. And the San Diego Surf Riders, it's got to be Siddharth Manam and Pranav Reddy to set the tone. Javed Zadran, Kunj Bhagat, you have good variety. Lavinav Reddy would always be looked at when the crunch moments eventually occur. And Shahan Fernando, who's been in some touch, would want to continue that good form. You get a lot of experience in Snell Patel too. Quite a good looking side, but one that has to click on their home turf, the Canyon Side Park. These two teams in the West Coast usually enjoy a very different kind of a rivalry. The LA Lashings and San Diego Surf Riders, they've seen each other so many times on the cricket field, fierce competitors off the cricket field, great friends. And no love is lost when San Diego Surf Riders travel to Woodley as well. So this is going to be quite a contest, I can promise you, with one team trying to make a comeback, San Diego Surf Riders, while the Lashings had their number not too long ago. All right, power hitting personified. Harpreet. Gee, I can't wait to see him get going as well for the sake of an exciting game of cricket. Because he's one of those players who gives you unbridled joy when the bat decides to smack that ball. Bats in a different gear. Harpreet Singh and then Zahid Zakhil. He's been in the West Coast. He's played with a few teams. Zahid Zakhil recently had the opportunity to go to Afghanistan as well to cover cricket, the Shpahiza Cricket League, and Zahid Zakhil's quite a hero there too. Now calling USA his home, Zahid Zakhil. His coaches were telling me how he grew into the cricketer that he is and the flamboyance that he brings as a left-hander as well. Struggles that a cricketer has seen shapes him to be stronger and builds that resolve. He's got everything. Not going to be easy against Zadran, who, just like many fast bowlers, believes rhythm is key. Surf riders, they need to do the one percenters right. It's been that kind of a tournament for them thus far. All set. Zadran steaming in. First ball to Zakil. That is a perfect yorker for a 28-yard pitch. That's what we mean when we mean rhythm. Good news is that he's back on his feet. Zadran. He's looking at the surface in dismay. Not that he used it when he bowled. A typical warm-up delivery. Felt like Zakil was a little concerned because suddenly it seemed like the ball grew on him. that line is not going to be brewing an exciting Zadran Zakhil contest. Zadran's going to find the outside edge of the bat to keep the captain interested if even thinking about a slip. He's getting there. Still on his legs. Zadran wants it to be at least pitching in the middle and off. He gets a little bit of movement after pitching. This surface, what we've seen so far, very little sample size that there isn't any lateral movement whatsoever. Pitch is getting baked today. Sunny Can Inside Park, the Black Mountain Road, San Diego, have very fond memories there. Free swing of the bat. There is protection in the deep. So we still wait after half an over done and dusted with for the first run off the bat. The one that stick by is an extra. Zadran's bowling to a plan here, that is to try and make Zakhil go through the leg side. That's what we can augur from the lines that he's offering him. Will Zakhil go outside his comfort zone, try and go through the offside, creating room? Does that, pitched up, easy pickings as well. With Zakhil, there are no half measures. First boundary, that leaves the nerves. Wonderful shot this. It was bound to happen. Zakhil does take his chances. Much better. And the ball's doing a little bit after pitching. The natural angle with which Zadran balls, the ball was supposed to leave the right-hander, but he did something else. He came back in a little after pitching. Took Zakhil by surprise, and now the contest is on. Sometimes with Zadran, it takes a boundary to get the engine revved up. Wicket 4. And this is more than a boundary. It's a statement sent already. Zakhil said, all right, if the ball's doing a little bit after pitching, let me smother that completely. Spikes, studs, what do you pick? The dancing shoes. Very predetermined. He had started to come down the track before the ball had released. And he's chosen a great area too. In the power play, you want to maximize these shots are on. Harpreet Singh. He's been in the system for a while. Harpreet Singh. The bowlers know their dangers, the danger zones when bowling to Harpreet Singh. Anything that is in his arc is a danger zone. One thing that Manipali would want to do is tempt Harpreet Singh. That's one way to get the better of him. If I was Zafran, I wouldn't mind the first boundary. The second one is something to think about. The first boundary is when he made Zakhil play an audacious stroke, thereby involving the risk factor. With Harpreet Singh, you play that game too. AB. Did hit it in the air. Well done, Javed. Harpreet Singh. The shadow practice tells you that he wanted to keep it down on the ground. Surprising because it's not a thought that he subscribes to. Soft hands offered. Singh is really earning his runs here. Opens the account. I never thought in my life I'll use the word soft hands offered by Harpreet Singh to complete a sentence. Because sometimes you're made to believe when Harpreet gets going that 172 is the meters that he will hit the ball. Different assignment for Vanipalli. Left hander, who's already got a couple of boundaries under his belt. He's playing with the change in pace already, Vanipalli. He's concentrating on hitting the right length. The wind is a humble 7 miles per hour. Not quite sure if he can generate that much swing. What I learned from Zakir's coach in Afghanistan is that he's the kind of a player who you need to let him be. So that he can come up with shots like this. Yeah, he can come up with a shot like this, all right. And didn't even look like he's giving it the full throttle. The ball flew. Talk about having an uncluttered mind, taking your chances. Wasn't in great control, but Zakil had full faith that if he throws the bat at it, the ball will fly because Vanipalli is providing pace. We're back live. Well done, Vanipalli. If you're not 100%, you have the right to do that. Pull out of the delivery. Those are the little learnings for the youngsters, especially when you're under pressure. This is with great conviction that Zakil has played. Seems to be the template that the Lashings want to follow. Target the first half of the over as much as possible, especially with Zakil in this again little sample size that we have. Set the tone and then play shots only if the ball's there to be hit. Otherwise, go with low risk cricket. Not quite sure Harpreet Singh is reading that book. Still a ticking time bomb, Harpreet Singh. Oh wow! Note that point, Vanipalli. That is a gold mine. That region is going to give you wickets sooner than later. Extra bit of bounce, excellent collect. 17 for no loss after 2. Captain decides it's time for spin. 2 overs later, it's time for spin. Prasad. Before Zakhil decides this pitch has some demons to exorcise, Prasad needs to get the better of him. It's offering something for the spinner as well. That extra bit of bounce is helping. Prasad is tall too. Perfect length because it's confusing Zakhil. He's not committing on the front foot. Well, when he did, it was to run. And Harpreet Singh is suggesting I stay there and hit the ball a long way. I usually don't cover 22 yards quickly. You measured my pace with your own. And the problem there was only Zakhil thought there was a single. Harmi, well, Harpreet never imagined a single, let alone executed. Zakhil stranded. Lashings lose a wicket. San Diego Surf Riders needed something to go their way. They're finding momentum little by little. Those two dot deliveries created the pressure. In hindsight, Harpreet did start. It was a false start. He did start. There is a conversation waiting to happen when Harpreet goes back to the pavilion, which the Lashings believe is not going to be soon. Zakhil gone after looking promising with those two shots. The spinner gets the better of him indeed with those two dot deliveries, applies pressure. Eventually, Zakhil wanting a single was, I don't think, was there. Dotson. The idea is that a left-hander will replace the left-hander, perhaps. To have that righty-lefty combination going, what those two deliveries with extra bit of bounce have done is that it's allowed the captain to think of a slip. Prasad's not turning the ball as much. But if he can keep hitting the right length with the height that he's got, the bounce he's generating, he's in the game all the time. Safe pair of hands, Kanda. Marvelous! This is quite an exhibition of spin bowling with whatever little that the condition is offering. In the power play, precision from Prasad. And this is a marvelous collect too. He's waiting for that extra bit of bounce. The interception point is not much when you think about it. Dotson trying to play off the back foot versus the keeper collecting. Rode the bounce and it had to be taken. There goes the opportunity. Dotson wasn't in great control as the ball bounced a little extra. Gets his first run, gets off the mark but not mentally. 18 for 1. Captain says spin from one end, pace from the other. Satran, who went for 9 in his first over, bowling to a different kind of a left-hander now. Very closed stance. And one that favors the leg side already. That was wonderful from Prasad, that final delivery. And also got in a good position to collect that throw and dislodge the bail, offering double trouble to Dotson. Very lucky to be there, Dotson. But it's been that kind of a league so far for the Surf Riders. They've missed out on key moments. They've created opportunities but not latched on to them. You cannot afford to do that, especially against Lashings. Harpreet Singh. Good thinking from Zadran. This is where homework comes into play. Harpreet Singh has a knack of using his feet to get to the ball, sometimes walks across. Zadran watching him till the last moment. Because he walks across, even if it hits him on the heel, it's not a bad shout. If it's in the line, though, if it has to be in line, the keeper's not happy because he offered everything in that appeal. He's also suggesting the same thing. It's not like Singh is coming down the track in straight lines. That was worth a shout. It's difficult to say from the angle that we are getting offered here, but that was worth a shout because Harpreet has this tendency to walk outside of. Direct hit with minimum damage and discomfort to the stumps. Really well done. The fielding has been in two parts. In 3.4 overs already. Some excellent efforts. A run out executed. And then a catch being put down. There was something on it, and that's the thigh pad. Dodson's really struggling today. These are deliveries that he usually will put away. Yeah, good collect. A flick of the pad. Will Zadran try and change his angle? Full toss is exactly what Dodson needed to get going. And Zadran's offered it at a comfortable height. The final delivery disappears for four. Dodson gets going indeed, 24 for 1. The bat turning in his hand. Still hits the gap. Yep, no prizes for guessing. Prasad will continue from the other end. Typical Singh. There's something Washington Sundar like about Prasad. The way he releases the ball, the angle with which he releases the ball, watching the bat until the last moment. Very uncomplicated approach. And this had to be whipped off. Would you believe it? Singh survives. Dear oh dear. Prasad's doing everything right. He's creating opportunities. He's putting pressure on the opposition. But he's just not getting the wickets. Slightly deeper inside the crease there. Singh. Deeper inside the crease. Watches it go. Very surprising here. Singh, after four dot deliveries, he watches it go. Five dot deliveries. Can this be a maiden over? Not if Singh is in that kind of mood. Sets himself up and finds just the right region to get a boundary. In fact, more. It's gone the distance. That's how quickly this game changes. Yeah, too short. Singh had to swivel and he did that really well. 30 for one. All right, final over of the power play. What a good shot. Fantastic shot that. And Dotson is learning that it's not just always runs that you earn. In some areas, when you hit the ball in Cannon Side Park, you earn yourself a gulp of water too. What a good shot. He's made the delivery look so innocuous from Manipali. The keeper is coming up. He's got to negotiate that extra bit of bounce. This is good thinking and great execution. Sticking to that length, that good length area that's offering that extra bit of bounce. And suddenly, there's an air of enigma as to what's going to happen here because this game has been 6 or nothing so far for the last 4 5 deliveries. Oh, I slapped it hard, and the slope of the Surf Riders' home ground will carry the ball to the fence, who said the slope is reserved for the Lords. Shot. Once again, it's good to see Dotson coming back into form. Quite in contrast to the way he started this inning. 16 or 12, still not an innings that he'll be mighty proud of in this format, but he's on track. This is what he doesn't shy away from doing, trying to look for a single Dotson. But he's got to keep in mind that he's the quicker of the two there. Harpreet has already been involved in a run out. He doesn't want another. This was Harpreet's call. 2 runs added to the tally without the ball being counted. Deft touch from Harpreet Singh. We're getting to see new aspects of Harpreet Singh in his batting. 43 for 1 at the end of the park line. This is interesting. Young Rohit Sharma sticking to Prasad, giving him the third over, 2 in the power play. Now with more protection, Prasad will feel at ease. He senses that a wicket is not too far away, especially with Harpreet Singh, who's taking his chances. Talk about stand and deliver. This is sit and deliver. He had to stretch a little bit to get to the ball. But if you're the opposition, you've got to run a lot to get to the ball. Harpreet Singh gets it from the middle, dragging it from outside off and putting it where he exactly wanted it to go. That is a gift that is just not accepted in that dugout. And a quick second one from Harpreet Singh. It's a very similar delivery, I thought. Final delivery of the previous over from Prasad disappeared for six. First one from this one also did the same. Now the comeback is being scripted by Prasad. Good quick glove work. Some appeals are not necessities, some appeals are statements. Some are quiet messages to the batter. And that's how you define getting a wicket. Immediately after 50 coming up, Harpreet Singh just couldn't hold back. Felt like this was a little half-hearted too. And Prasad picks up the wicket, much to the delight of the captain as he vindifies his decision to have kept him on. Yeah, didn't get the elevation. Good catch in the deep. Harpreet Singh, out of the runs he scored half of them in this over. But overall, an innocuous 16 of 16. 51 for 2. I'm very sure that Harpreet would have told Raghav a thing or two about this surface. There are some spots where the ball's bouncing a little more. But on that particular occasion, it looked like a half-hearted stroke rather than being taken aback by the bounce. San Diego Surf Riders would want to iron out the chinks from the last game. Same side, same ground, almost the same surface. Slip in place for the left-hander. Just magical from Prasad. Kudos to the skipper to have given him the third over in hindsight. 52 for 2 after 7. Nandula. Zatran Manipali Prasad. Now Nandula with more protection in the deep. A couple of steps and is very precise. Nandula. Something in this surface that's allowing the bowler to get that extra bit of confidence, especially when the batter is not reaching the pitch of the ball. The bounce is helping, yes. Nandula, I get a feeling of a spinner who wants to be a pacer. It's not easy to consistently hit that length. He's got a very interesting approach to the popping crease. The bat turning once again. A leading edge that does not carry. Superbly done from Nandula. Good over, just 2 runs of it, tidy, 54 for 2. Prasad, bowling 4 on the trot. Remember, in 20 deliveries from Prasad, just one boundary ball. Two rather, two sixes, correction, from the same man, Hanpreet. Now that I think about it. After that, he's figured out exactly where to bowl. Slipped a little, but still had an answer to that ball. Good delivery this from Prasad. Really, the second six was the wake-up call for Prasad as he ironed out that chink of pitching it slightly short. Very interesting six that the second one, especially because Harpreet, the tall lad that he is, getting to the pitch of the ball, taking that additional bit of risk. The ball wasn't as short as the first one that went for six there. And after that, Prasad has been very, very precise. Can Prasad finish with another? Does he fancy the wicket of a left-hander? I think he's got a deep mid-wicket in place. Slip arrives. Final ball. Finishes the over with 3 runs given off it. Prasad finishes his quota with 19 and a wicket, 57 for 2. Sadran did give those couple of boundaries that you see in that Manhattan. The very first over, then Manik Paldi introduced from the other end. Prasad has been terrific. 9 runs in his third over, but that's the one that got the wicket as well. 1 run of his first over, six of the second, and of the final, just three put together, 19. Nandula was terrific in his first. Really well played. Help arrives for the bowler. He's got to re-bowl this one. Much required. Dodson and Raghav, ever since they got together, the boundaries had dried up and now they're coming back. There was the initiative. Not void of risk, but much needed indeed. Standing outside the crease here because Nandula had figured out the right length where the ball bounces a little more. But he's not finding the right line. The second wide delivery in the over already. You got to enjoy that little shimmy. If he balls, Nandula. Oh, no half measures whatsoever. Dodson's found the middle of the bat. And good luck to the car in evading the ball. Canonside Park is not a huge ground, remember. Dotson needed to find just enough willow. A full toss from Nandula. That didn't help him. A poor delivery from the bowler, especially from that end, becomes an expensive affair because of the leather that we lose every time. Every time it goes into the woods. I still remember cheekily discussing how one can plan a leather hunt after every weekend of cricket at the Cannonside Park. We go into the woods, find cricket balls, and we'll use this opportunity to take the drinks break too. Lots of messages would be in store, and we'll be back very shortly. Usually, after a break, we see that the batter tends to lose focus. Superbly fielded. Still an expensive over for Nadula standard, 72 for 2. Bhagat is watched Prasad bowl on the surface. Is the craft of spin is of the same kind in terms of releasing the ball from a high arm action. The Prasad balls with the right arm. Bhagat's got to utilize his height here, and if he finds the right length, that is around the good length region where the ball's kicking up, there is a wicket to be taken. Dodson scored 32 or 26. He's looking more comfortable, yes, compared to the Dodson that Prasad was bowling to. Not enough distance and a simple catch to AB. Dodson departs. Good bowling change then. This he's come back with the wicket. It's a nothing shot. It felt like he was stuck. Didn't move back rather quickly, and the ball stood straight up in the air. You don't expect this from a well set batter. Dodson departs. 32, 74 for 3. Brown gets his first run, but not without a challenge. This game has had so many moments already where he will have to sit up and take notice. End of the over and a successful one for Bhagat. 75 for 3. Snell behind the wicket has created opportunities, has missed 1, 2. And a little shimmy. Nandola. It's a sunny afternoon in Canyonside Park. Oh, wow. How did it miss Timber? How did it miss Willow? Still in shock, Brown, that the ball did so much after pitching. And look how quickly he resets Nandula. He's one of those bowlers who's got this ability to keep bowling in the same area once he finds his mojo. Remember, he's the same bowler who bowled a couple of wide deliveries in the previous over. 3 dot deliveries, half an over, done and dusted with. Just when we were praising him. One on the legs, easy pickings. Brown gets a single, much required for him. He's a very unique bowler, Nandula. I've enjoyed watching him thus far. That's what cricket does to you, isn't it? It gives you so many different kinds of bowlers. And he's one such who's got a little bit of a warm up woven in his bowling. Outside off is helping him. Every time he's pitched outside off, the ball's doing a little bit. But that's gone up in the air. Not going to be easy, but it is a terrific catch. Unbelievable. Sideways, never easy. Over the shoulder, never easy. But with belief in oneself, catches like these can be taken. We talked about the wind factor and the ball going further away from him. But what an outstanding catch. Just what the Surf Riders required. Something to get themselves into this game and prove a point to the Lashings. Never lost sight of the ball. Never stopped believing. An incredible catch has brought an end to Raghav's stutter in the middle. 4 of 12. He departs. 76 for 4. Bhagat will continue. Captain setting an example of how the catches are to be taken. What a terrific catch to get rid of Raghav. Yet another to get out caught. Raghav. The wind is picking up once again. With the wind on the offside. He was making some room there, Brown. Bhagat decides to follow him, and that seems to be the right thing in hindsight. This surface is not about extravagant turn for the spinner. This surface is about finding the right length only. That extra bit of bounce is something that they're getting quite easily. Mohammad Ishaq. Early into his innings, he's picked the spot, and even though the catch is taken, it's beyond the ropes. It's great to see Ishaq ruffling some feathers. Got into a good position to play that shot. And we were talking about the wind factor. He's tried to hit it against the wind and still he finds that distance. Really good shot from Ishaq. 85 for 4. Nandula. That's another wide delivery. Oh, no, no, it isn't. It's got some part of the thigh pad. Lucky Nandula. Well played by Brown. Yesterday got a good 37 of 28 involving 4 boundaries, Brown, before he fell prey to Vanipalli's delivery. Direct hit could have been a very interesting story. Before Snell arrived, the ball had gone past the stumps. At this time, the non-strikers end targeted. Good over this for the Surf Riders. They've kept things tidy. Nadula, can he close it out well? Superb. Wanted to offer the shot as late as possible. Brown decided to pull out completely. 88 for 4. Nadula finishes with 1 for 21. Bhagat, ensuring that he contributes to keep the boundary ball at bay. Only thus far. This one had enough. What a shot from Ishaq. The first six was innovative. This was right in his wheelhouse. The moment he saw that in his zone, his eyes lit up. Stand and deliver. We talked about sit and deliver too. When he's hitting them as straight as that, the risk factor is minimized. You can't put a fielder there. He'll follow it up. He's quite content with the single. There was protection in the deep. The bowler himself is after it, not pushing for the second. End of the over. Lashings get a move on in this over. 97 for 4. The captain's gone back to Manipali. All right, the death overs begin. Snell is suggesting less drama, please. Less drama. The Lashings were 43 for 1 at the end of 6 overs. Harpreet was still there. At the halfway stage, they were 72 for 2. 97 for 4 in 15 overs, now 98 for 4 in 2 more balls added. 6 wickets in hand, they'll try to target at least 50 runs. Height check, and as it's been so many times today from Ishaq's bat, distance guaranteed. Brilliant. Yeah, it becomes another water break, doesn't it? We talked about the importance of the boxer balls, and this is the reason the umpires have gone to find a ball that resembles 104 for 4 and 15.3 overs from the box that's given to them. This is a tricky surface. We can make that out. So Ishaq's innings of 22 of 8 is one of the best cameos that you could see at this level. It's involved 3 maximums, and maybe more if he continues to bat like this. Superbly fielded. Fielding there becomes a dusty affair. The puff of dust after the ball pitches rather lands there, sort of obscures the cricket ball itself. Still got into a good position, never took his eyes off the ball, and was able to get the ball back to the middle as soon as possible. The dispatch was excellent. Everything was right about that fielding effort, and that's exactly why it's not a boundary. Manipali going wicketless thus far. Good change up. Good change in length. Brown is struggling. The only one to hit runs at this stage at ease is Ishaq. No wonder he needs to farm the strike as much as possible. 9 of 19 in a T20 game, Brown. It's not the first batter to struggle. Remember, this surface is not easy to hit runs off. That's why when you have cricketers who give you unbridled joy, more about fireworks than footwork and technique, those are the ones who are taking the chances of scoring runs. 107 for 4. Bhagat to ball his final over. And that had enough room. Ishaq finds the middle of the bat, just over AB. Fourth maximum. The sense of ease. Yeah, got the room for that bat to come through. Lashings are aiming for a good finish. And he doesn't need to play that as well. Ishaq making up for Brown's quiet innings. Goes again, but I don't think he's got enough. And AB will pouch the catch. Bhagat has the last laugh. And there indeed is a spot on the bat of Ishaq that doesn't guarantee distance. Can San Diego Surf Riders pull things back from here? They've got Ishaq's wicket much required. And AB didn't have to move an inch. Departs for a fabulous 30. So entertaining while it lasted. 114 for 5. A quick recap. Zahid Zakil 15 of 11. Harpreet departed after a runner ball 16. Akeem Dodson was struggling a little bit and then made up with some quick runs towards the end, two maximums and three boundaries for his 32 of 28. Mayank Raghav only struggled 4 of 12 before Nandula got the better of him. Brown is still up there, 9 of 19. But the Lashings have lost Ishaq, 30 of. What an innings. Now Elmo Hutchinson was was furious with himself as Hutchinson. Oh well, how did that miss the stumps? And it's trickling away for 4. Does well. Gets there in time. The slope sort of aggravates the speed. Hutchinson's off the mark, but only on the scorecard. He was furious with himself, Hutchinson, yesterday that he couldn't put the finishing touches to the innings. That was yesterday. Cricket gives you another opportunity. Today, he's got to make runs that he can defend. what a veteran, Elmo Hutchinson. He's played so much of cricket, especially in this region. Take it! And that means Brown's stay has also come to an end. Two new men at the crease, exactly what the San Diego Surf Riders wanted for the end overs. And the Lashings are struggling just when they needed to find momentum. They've hit a roadblock. Will that change with Hutchinson and his long levers? Brown, who was struggling throughout this innings, not even getting into double figures. 115 for 6. A double wicket over for Bhagat. Final ball for Bhagat. And great adjustment as the left-hander comes in. 17 overs gone, 115 for 6. Bhagat finishes with 3 for 30. That's been the story with a bat in hand for Los Angeles Lashing. Winning the toss, choosing to bat first, Zahid got his 15 rather fluently. Harpreet was struggling a little bit. Hakeem even more so. He made up for it towards the end with some big blows. Brown was 9 of 21, a big stutter indeed, and Mohammad Ishaq was the only saving grace, propelling the score forward 30 of just 12, involving 4 maximums. It's been an innings that hasn't really found rhythm, but can they do so in the last 3 overs with Elmo Hutchinson and his long levers? Chaudhry, the new man, in as well. All right. Zadran, round arm action. A tentative Hutchinson. Very experienced Hutchinson. This is the battle within a battle. Remember, it's been very tough for the Lashings. This season has been a test of fitness, even more so because of the scheduling. They've played about 8 games in 9 days. For Hutchinson, who's not the youngest, remember, it takes great heart to play continuously and give it all every time. That's why he's a legend. Elmo Hutchinson. You ask him how much you love this game, he tells you a lot more than you can imagine. And that's the spot. That's the spot we were talking about. It's bouncing a little more than anticipated, not for the first time. The batter who's gone for a defensive shot has also struggled, let alone having to hit the ball a long way. Javed Zatran. Hutchinson sort of tucks it away. Still, the boundary ball has been evading them, and it has to come by rather quickly. Lashings. What a good over this has turned out to be for Zatran. It's about closing it out well now. Hutchinson's looking for the maximum, nothing less. Does he go slow, outside off, or at the stumps? Fast. He's gone outside off. But Hutchinson has hit a well controlled shot for a single. And he'll retain strike in the process. 18 gone, 120 for 6. Vanipalli has got one more over up his sleeve, and so has Zadran. So the captain, Skanda Prasad, Rohit Sharma, Skanda Rohit Sharma, has planned accordingly. The bowlers he started off with are the ones ending the innings too. He's been so spot on with his bowling changes. Kunj finishes his 4 overs. Vijay Ram Nandula finishes his 4 overs. Sabrish Prasad was terrific. Very miserly, 4.7 that economy rate. And that leaves Vanipalli with 1 over and Zatran with one. Two bowlers who shared the new ball have gone wicketless thus far. And that was only thus far. It's hit the top of the stumps. A wild swing from Hutchinson. And Vanipalli celebrates, and why not? Top of the middle stump. Terrific stuff this from Vanipalli. Elmore goes for 4. 120 for 7. Would love to see Rohit Sharma's captaincy here. Would love to see his captaincy in terms of the field changes, because bowling changes have been spot on. Towards the end, if he can give what Vanipalli wants, and keep the lashings down to say 130, which is not going to be easy. Small ground. Oh, good work by the keeper. Usually keepers are good at collecting throws. Now he's the one throwing and then collecting it himself. Quick run. It's a very different side, this San Diego Surf Riders, compared to what it was last year. They've got to find new heroes, and this season has been a big learning curve for them. Oh, it's coming back for the second. That extra run? No, not guaranteed and not granted. The score is a humble 122. They're looking for a big finish. The Lashings, they're trusting the left-handed Akmal. It's not exactly a surface where you can go for the big shots immediately after coming in, unless your name is Ishaq. Good result for Vanipalli. What an over this has been. Vanipalli finishes off with figures of 1 for 35, 124 for 7. The final over coming up. A quick recap. The Lashings winning the toss and choosing to bat first. Zahid Zakil added 15 of 11, comprising of two boundaries and one biggie on the leg side. Harpreet Singh, after those two sixes, got out to a runner ball 16, for a runner ball 16, and got out to Prasad, who was terrific in the power play. Young Prasad, Subration, Akeem Dodson, 32 of 28 for him. Brown struggled, 9 of 21. Ishaq got going immediately, the keeper, 30 of 12 with those four maximums. Striking at 250, he added impetus to the Hutchinson back in the hunt for just four. Adrian Chaudhary and Akmal Hajizada trying to provide a good finish. Propelled the score perhaps past that 135 mark. And that 135 is 10 runs away. They've got five balls to get there if they have to. Javed Zadran feeling a little left out as his wickets column hasn't ticked. Can that story change? 9 dot deliveries thus far in Zadran's effort. Slapped away. Four very valuable runs. Got into a good position as well, outside off, deep inside the crease, and then offering the bat to it. The area that is chosen is also such that not a single fielder inside. Hajizada sitting deep inside the crease. He wants that Yorker. He's expecting that Yorker. But what he also wants is that Yorker to not be perfect. Slower delivery. Picks it up. Sends it for four. Hajizada. Just what the doctor ordered. The Lashings getting a flurry of boundaries towards the end. 135 made possible. Thoughts of even more entertained. I tell you what, on this surface, 140, it's game on. Same region and the same result. The problem here for Zadran is that the hat trick of boundaries that is given away have gone unchallenged. Hajizada and his clear mind opens the face of the bat at the last moment too. Well done, Nakmal. 137 on the board. What does he do here, Zadran? How does he break the spell of boundaries being in a way on both sides? Outside off slower. No, he's gone wicket towards the wicket slower. This should be taken. A soft dismissal of Akmal Hajizada. Something had to give after three boundaries. Hajizada in the final over going for the fourth, but the ball was slower than what he expected. He was through with a shot. And he realized the ball has just about arrived. Cramping him for room as well at the last moment helps. Simple catch. Hajizada departs. A fantastic cameo. 14 of 6 involving 3 boundaries. It's 137 for 8. Again, Fernando. Should be taken. Barring one instance, the catching has been excellent today. And Zadran picks up his second wicket. And it looks like the batters are walking off. Why not? For a moment, I thought the umpire wants to say something. 137, the Los Angeles Lashings. So the LA Lashings winning the toss, choosing to bat first. 15 of 11 for Zahid, a run of all 16 for Harpreet. Akeem and Mayank hung around for a long time while Akeem was the one who eventually got going. Brown's had a day to forget with a bat in hand, and Ishaq has been one to propel the score during the middle overs, provide the launch pad, which Akmal eventually clung on to provide that big finish. 137 for 9 possible because of Akmal's scoring of 200 strike rate, 14 of 7 involving 3 boundaries. Prasad in particular was excellent with the ball in hand for the San Diego Surf Riders, operating predominantly in the power play and picking up wickets. Bhagat was terrific too, so the spinners have done their job. Manipali and Zadran pull it back towards the end, despite being a little expensive, Zadran, with those 3 boundaries. Kunj, Bhagat take a bow. 3 crucial wickets, and Sabrish Prasad. Everything about him feels right. He's got a great career ahead of him if he can replicate numbers of this kind. So miserly, 4.7 while operating predominantly in the power play. Remember, the wickets column says 1 wicket, but actually he deserved a lot more. Only if Snell could have collected the ball as well. So that means the San Diego Surf Riders looking for their first win in this weekend against the same opponents that they were humbled by not too long ago. They need 138 in the allotted 20 overs. Will they be able to get it on their home turf, the Canyonside Park, or will the Lashings find a way, a way to trouble Surf Riders yet again this weekend? We'll find out. Not too long away. The Surf Riders chase coming up. The task cut out for the batters of San Diego Surf Riders. And they would want to believe it's payback time. These two teams clashing in less than 24 hours for the second time. The Lashings held their nerve yesterday while chasing in the San Diego Surf Riders to the same. He can open the batting, he can open the bowling too. Harpreet Singh, who's seen enough of this surface now to know that the spinners are doing well. No, the first run has to wait. We'll go for four. Fernando riding his luck. Not a bad option from Harpreet. Again, sticking to the same region outside of. During the power play, the bowler has to be extra lucky. Slip arrives after the slip up. The region doesn't change much, does it? The result doesn't change at all. This one was more about control and class from Fernando. Really good shot. Did have the room that he needed to operate with. But still, Fernando finds a way to squeeze the ball in the area that he wanted to go for. Runs in. Not in control. The ball stopping a little bit almost, but he still finds the gap for three contrasting boundaries in the very first over. The bottom hand comes off. The ball somehow finds the gap. Not in great control as he played this one, Fernando. Harpreet finds the right length with his height. He will get that bounce too. 12 for no loss. Ran out to roll his arm over. Can't get the run now. Pranav a little tentative to get that first run itchy. 'Get a feeling that tall batters can do well on the surface because of that extra bit of bounce that's very sudden. You can take more chances. 4 for the taking. What a shot from Reddy. Not crouching as much, waiting for the ball to bounce its full extent. And once he got width, latches onto it. In the air, yes, but he will take his chances in the power play, especially. And something had to give after 4 dot deliveries. 17 for no loss. Should. Oh, well. Yes, I think he's got it. Yes, he has. It took a while. What a catch this is. And Singh persisting. It's worked. Reddy wanting to look positive, went for the big shot. And I think it was on. But what he did not realize is that one of the best fielders is stationed in the deep. From what we can gather, I think it's one handed, making it even more special. What a moment of brilliance to get rid of Reddy. Surf Riders lose their first for 17. Harpreet's overs would be gold dust. Tall bowler was up against a tall batter. Got the better of Reddy. But that wicket belongs to the fielder too. Hajizada. This one sat up and asked to be hit. Patel obliges. The kind of form that he is in, he's not going to miss out on this for sure. Too short, too slow as well. So good off the back foot. He's going to get another boundary, this time through the offside. Patel finishes the over with back-to-back boundaries, 25 for 1. Such a positive looking stroke. A reflection on the mindset of the batter. Yes, a wicket has fallen, but Snell believes that if it's there to be hit, he will not shy away. 3 gone, 25 for 1. Yeah, very soon you will see him with the ball in hand too. At the moment, the spinners are doing so well. Anything that's slow, loopy, landing in the right area, especially the good length area. It's doing a bit. Inside out. Glorious looking stroke for four. Patel has looked like $1 million ever since he's walked in. He's got the cut shot. He's playing the inside out with ease. He's in good touch, Patel. And one of the best things about him is that all those three boundaries that you saw thus far have been unchallenged boundaries. He's hitting the ball in gaps as if he's the one setting the field. Much better from Rana. Curtails the options of the batter when it's sliding in. Harpreet has been very proactive. Another man in great touch, Fernando. And this is the reason. He had picked his gap. He's picked his spot. Behind square, he's so strong. Marvelous. Didn't have to move much either. The line is key on this surface. It's a small ground, remember. And for more, the flurry of boundaries continue. Three from Patel, two from Fernando. And three boundaries in this over. Four gone, 39 for one. It's time for pace once again. Elmo Hutchinson, with all his experience, right now is inheriting 39 for 1. And with two batters in the middle who have found form. He's thrown the bat at it and will get four. Too wide for anybody's liking because this is the power play. There are only two fielders allowed in the deep region. And that means you got to ball within the stumps as much as possible. The moment you give room, something of this sort will happen. The batter will take that additional bit of risk. Not much protection in the deep. Soft hands. Two good readers of the game, Fernando and Patel, is what we've realized. Hutchinson's strength is that bounce and pace, but that can also mean you're playing into the opposition's hands if you're giving width. Required rates a humble 6 and over. Surf Riders recover after losing Reddy early. And got him! Hutchinson has the last laugh. Patel missing a straight one. And you just cannot do that at this level. He's thrown his wicket away. He got a start. And that will bring skipper Skandar Sharma. San Diego Surf Riders 45 for 2. 5 gone, 45 for 2. Left arm pacers in operation from both sides then. Hutchinson taking care of one end, Hajizada from the other. He's taken a fantastic catch, Hajizada. Would that translate into his bowling? Terrific line. Very excited to watch Hajizada. We've heard so much about him. Everything's gone right for Hajizada in this game thus far. A fabulous catch, a good innings towards the end. Not in control as he played this one, Fernando. 6 and over for 14.4 overs is what the Surf Riders need, and Skanda Sharma's innings, if you would see from here on, can be very Skanda like innings because this is the kind of situation that he usually loves playing in. We've seen him in the longer format. Sort of stools, it's sort of, for me, suits his batting style. Terrific from Hajizada. That's the line. Would love to see if Hajizada is given a break for 1 over so that he can operate from the other end as well, which has got something more for the fast bowlers hitting the good length. Good Yorker. Great execution, and at a time when the batter is least expecting it, he was preparing for the delivery that leaves him outside off, and this one came back in a little too. Four wonderful deliveries from Hajizada thus far. No ball. Would you believe it? It was such a good over, and he's got to pay the penalty with not just this delivery but the one that's going to follow. This won't be counted, and the one that will follow will allow Fernando to go for the big shot without the risk of getting out. Something that Fernando needs, especially against Hajizada. Ends up being a full toss. Had the catch been taken, wouldn't have been counted anyway. But that being put down is a worrying sign. Still a good over. Got to say that Hajizada was pushing his luck there, rolling a full toss for a free hit. That shot was on. The third man inside the ring, the shot was on. Will trickle away to the fence. Much required for the San Diego Surf Riders. They push past the 50 mark at the end of 6 overs. The power play has gone according to plan. Yes, a couple of wickets, but they kept treading on. Fernando finds the fence. It's 52 for 2. End of the power play. The San Diego Surf Riders are 52 for 2. The Lashings at this stage were 43 for 1. Haji Zadak started the over brilliantly. 4 dot deliveries and then the no ball that sort of went off plan. A full toss for a free hit, which he survived, and then the last ball with a lot of width on offer. Fernando threw his bat at it. Hutchinson could stop this. Really good stop. When your team is searching for momentum, every little stop, every run saved matters. Got into a good position to get rid of the ball as well, and that's what added extra pressure on the San Diego Surf Riders batters. Hutchinson's finding the line, and I think Hutchinson's also found the rhythm. If he can stick to the same line where he's not allowing enough room, then he'll tempt the batter to do something different. He'll force him to go outside the comfort zone. That line's not going to help. Fernando completes 100 runs in this weekend. It's almost a replica of the previous delivery. Two wide deliveries back to back. Hutchinson losing his line. Seems like I spoke a little early. And the ball will win the race. Fernando pushes past the 30 mark, and with ease, the runs are flowing for San Diego Surf Riders. Just opening the face of the bat and guiding it in the gap. The pace of Hutchinson allowed the ball to trickle for 4. That's much better. The moment he cuts down on the room, he creates opportunities. Hutchinson, that angle, that extra bit of height, very vertically blessed actually. And then, of course, the bounce factor on this surface, the same end, everything augurs well for Hutchinson. And everything's got to fall in place here to get rid of Fernando. because he is in tremendous touch. It's been a remarkable innings thus far, 32 of 20 with measured aggression. Low risk option, a single and meeting the ball under his eyes. Fernando. Captain Skandar Rohit Sharma has had a bit of time at the non-striker's end. Watches it go. He wants the umpire's hands to spread. 60 for 2. Akmal Hajizada. Blown hot, blown cold, kind of an over that for Hajizada. Started with 4 dot deliveries, then a no ball. Bit of an issue with the side screen. And we're good to go. But Hajizada isn't. He's losing rhythm. It was the change up delivery. It's sunny out there, sweaty palms. What's happening to Hajizada? He's asking himself, this was supposed to be a fantastic game for me. Things were auguring well for him with the bat in hand, and then that terrific catch we talked about. An outstanding effort indeed. Or good delivery. When he gets it right, it looks so good and fantastic effort too. But that's undone with that follow, with that overthrow. Beg your pardon. Someone had to be there for the backup. But I thought he was a little confused as to where he wants to throw. Good thinking by Sharma, who pushed for the second. Fernando responded. In the air, but will eventually go for four, not for the lack of effort. Hajizada was praying, can somebody pull off a fantastic catch? If you need inspiration, I'm not too far away. He has had to cover a lot of ground, and then the ball did seem to evade him. Good effort this, but when you're trying to defend a modest total, these things need to stick. Watchful. John Fernando, 33 or 21, seven boundaries included. Pranav Reddy was the first to go for five. A fabulous catch by Hajizada to get rid of him. And Snell Patel, who got a start, walked back for 18 as Hutchinson struck timber. Slow ball Yorker. He waited and waited. Now, the efficacy of the ball increases when the batter is looking for the big shot. But remember, by luck, the San Diego Surf Riders got that boundary early in the over. So that means they don't need another, and hence the efficacy of the ball reduced a little. Still a fabulous delivery. Hajizada has been excellent, but in parts. Now he's going to ball to Sharma and decides to change the angle of attack. In good control, but straight to the fielder. Into the over, an eventful over nonetheless, 68 for 2. Wonderful shot. This Fernando and the use of his feet, marvelous to watch. He's so good at rocking back on the back foot and finding the gap. Nothing wrong with that delivery from Zakil. It's just the brilliance of Fernando. Coming from the land of spin, he's so good at adjusting even at the last moment. That for me was shot of the day. And the way he plays Fernando and the kind of form he is in, it seems like he's got two shots to every ball. He chose plan B over here. And a boundary early on in the over always settles the nerves, sets the tone nicely. In a run chase that's requiring a side to get 5.6, they get 5 runs in the first half of the over. Taking the pressure off Skanda Rohit Sharma. Quick single. It's quite evident Skanda Rohit Sharma to play the anchor's role in this run chase, while Fernando takes his chances. 64 in 11.2. It's looking like a very different side today. These two sides met not even 24 hours ago. The Lashings win that one as they hold their nerve towards the end. They were the ones chasing. Now San Diego Surf Riders are chasing, and they seem to be in control. Surprisingly, winning the toss, choosing to bat first seems to be the case, but chasing seems to do the trick. Defending seems to be difficult. That is a cracking stroke from Fernando. We talked about his back play, back foot play prowess, but look at this one. Puts on the dancing shoes and explores an area in front of the wicket. He's got such good variety, Fernando, and that's exactly why he's so difficult to bowl to once he gets settled. On the cusp of his second half century on the trot. 49 for Fernando. Pranav Reddy walked back for 5. Snell Patel 18 of 10. And that sums up San Diego Surf Riders batting. Skandar Rohit Sharma still out there for 2. And the Surf Riders 78 for 2. Starts with a wide delivery. Yes, Singh, he was forced to bring himself. He's not happy with that decision. Pankaj Chaudhary, Praveen David, our umpires today. Singh realizes that these two batters are getting too comfortable in the middle. Someone has to ruffle some feathers. The spin, the bounce of Singh has got him a wicket. Of course, Hajizada's outstanding effort in the deep too. Change of ends for Singh. Good shot this. A shot is on once again because of the field setting. Elmo Hutchinson, after a two more runs taken, Skanda Sharma is still waiting for his first boundary. As Fernando notches up his half century, 50 of 32. Back to back half centuries for Fernando. Outstanding indeed this weekend. Out of the 84 scored by San Diego Surfriders, Fernando has notched up 50. The attacking mindset, that is something he's carrying into this game too. Furious with himself, Fernando, because that wasn't at least a single. A dot ball to finish the over with 84 for 2. Shahan Fernando, 50 of 33, and the 50 has a lot of boundaries, not a single six, quite in contrast to the previous innings of his against the same side. 50 of 33, he's been very fluent. Pranav departed for 5, an outstanding catch by Hajizada in the deep to get rid of him, and Snell Patel was looking good for his 18. Skanda playing the second fiddle to Shehan's innings. 54 from 10 overs. That's what San Diego Surf Riders require. At the halfway stage, they would believe they're comfortable in this run chase. Harpreet Singh gave himself another over. The final one before the drinks break could be taken. One more over up his sleeve. That would be gold dust indeed. Remember, he got the better of Fernando, who was well set last time as well. Would want to replicate that. Rubal went for runs, and that's been a problem for the Los Angeles Lashings. Akmal Hajizada started off well, but consistency has been a problem with him. Zahid, of course, can do much better. So cheekily done by Sharma. Gets his first boundary. Less risk, great reward. Can't get that single this time around. This is how it should be. Raina needs to make the opposition fight for every single run. The easy 4 runs offered at the first ball. That's not going to help. It's important from San Diego Surf Riders' perspective that they do not complicate things from here on. They're in great control of this game, in absolute control of this run chase. Fernando's batting well for his 50. Sharma is quietly notching up. A 20, a 30, and that shall do. He knows that. This is ideal from Raina, the fourth stump line. One that doesn't turn will have Fernando in trouble. Using his feet here, Fernando. He's not shying away from doing that. We've talked about his back foot prowess, but front of the wicket as well. He's been absolutely brilliant on the front foot. Will retain strike. 90 for 2. Will clear with ease and elegance. Fernando starts the fireworks. Zakil wanted to prompt Fernando to go for the big shot, which he did. But there's only so much a fielder in the deep can do. That was struck really well. In fact, it's a boundary. And we'll get that single now. Good thinking from Fernando. He sent a statement to the opposition that he's in it till the final run is being scored. He got that boundary of the very first ball, now a quiet single to suggest that he wants to stay there till the end. And Skandar Rohit Sharma is playing great second fiddle. As you would expect, a quiet single. Gets the wicket that is so dearly needed. Something had to give. Otherwise, it was getting to a position where you would call it one-way traffic. Spinning away. A dream delivery for Zakir. Fernando gets out in a manner which is, to say the least, a little ugly. But it's been an innings of poise and brilliance that has come to an end with a stroke that he'll not be proud of. 96 for 3. Wasn't required. That shot was absolutely not required, but that's the kind of cricket that he plays as well, the brand of cricket. The first six that he goes for, it's out. Mangal off the mark. And a successful over this for Zakir. 97 for 3. It's important that the San Diego Surf Riders play risk-free cricket for the 40 runs that are required at 5.1 and over. It's not a daunting task. They can make it daunting for themselves only if they play poor cricket. Just when we thought that innings from Fernando was brimming with maturity, he took his chances. One that spun away got the better of him. Good glove work, and Zakhil tastes success. That shot wasn't required because the runs had been scored already that were required in the over. He's got to push for two. And Sharma is quite content going for two. And Mangal says, let's stick with 100 comes up for San Diego Surf Riders. 38 away from avenging their last defeat against the same opponents in the same venue. Good delivery this from Rana. That is the spot. Indeed, that is the line. Took that additional bit of risk. Excellently fielded. But two more runs taken. Good cricket all around. 103 for 3. Zakil's second spell is proving to be one to remember for him. Can he make it more memorable? Perhaps with another wicket to bring his team back into the game. Better from Zakil, watching the batter till the last moment, curtailing his options. What an over this has been from Zakil. Another dot delivery. Just one run of the over so far. Just one run. If he can keep it that way, he'll be mighty pleased. And he will indeed keep it that way. Outstanding from Zahid. 104 for 3. It's got to be a quick single. The magic of the minor league continues. Wee hours, so some coffee, some water, and a great game of cricket. It's got to be a quick single. The magic of the minor league continues. We are Hutchinson's great motivation for every young cricketer turning up. For all that he's achieved, even at the international level, I still remember that innings that he played in Oman with Noshtosh Kenjige, bailing his team out of a difficult situation in a 50 over contest. The gritty batting effort. Then I say this to tell you how mentally tough he is, Hutchinson, in the heat of Al Amarat, Oman, doing something that he's not in the side for actually. He had to concentrate more on bowling. Despite that, pushing his limits and putting his best foot forward, all for his side. Good over this thus far. Free swing of the bat, and the ball flies away for six. Mangal says he's had enough. Against Hutchinson, you got to move very late, otherwise, he picks up on those little cues from the batter. What a wonderful shot from Mangal. One that he'll remember just before he goes to sleep tonight. Anything in that region has guaranteed some water and is guaranteed a break. It's not easy to retrieve the ball from the woods. End of the over. 114 for 3. This is going to be a crucial over indeed. Sakil. The right balance between an attacking field and a defensive option for a fielder in the deep is going to be something that Harpreet has got to figure out. And he's going to do that rather quickly with Zakil. Because an easy single is all that the San Diego Surf Riders require at this stage with a required rate of 4.9 in over. 23 and 28 balls. It's a matter of not one but two good overs and two quiet overs. Not to say that San Diego Surf Riders haven't faltered in the minor leagues so far. They have. Skandar Rohit Sharma's role as captain is going to shine through there till the end. Puts the finishing touch in innings. Oh, well done! In his follow through, presenting a challenge. Pressure. Just one run of the over so far. 26 balls, 23 needed. And he mixes it up so beautifully. Zakil, another dot delivery, just one run of the over, and the final delivery coming up. 25 balls, 23 needed. Gets that single, retains strike Sharma. Zakil finishes with figures of 1 for 20. Excellent comeback. 116 for 3. And I think he's got him here. Yes, he has. An inexplicable stroke from Skandar Rohit Sharma. Decides to take the risk against Singh. And in the end turns out to be a very soft dismissal. Would you believe it? I don't think the keeper collected it, rather ricocheted onto the stumps. And with the captain gone, San Diego Surf Riders might be in trouble. Mangal's got to assume responsibility to put the finishing touches here. Is there a twist in the tale? There always is when these two teams are up against each other. Canyonside Park has given us some marvelous games across seasons when the Lashings take on the San Diego Surf Riders. Today, no different. Nandula, who's done his bit with the ball. It's time for him to do the same thing with the bat. Harpreet doesn't disappoint. Can he get another breakthrough here? Superb delivery. Run a ball 22 required. For the first time, more runs required than balls available. The spinners have brought them back into the game really well. Harpreet. Straight to the fielder. Oh, this could be trouble. This is trouble indeed. Mangal is in trouble. And that means San Diego Surf Riders will have to score the runs required with two new batters at the crease. Pressure. Mangal was the one who called for the run. Fernando gets rid of the ball rather quickly. The right end was the striker's end, and that's the end of Mangal's innings. The Lashings have started to believe that they can claw themselves back into this game. Some very ordinary cricket from San Diego Surf Riders. The last 15 minutes have belonged to the Lashings. And it's up to Vanipalli and Nadula. As far as the San Diego Surf Riders are concerned, it's up to Nandula and Vanipalli to try and get this team to victory. Get closer at least without losing a wicket. What a fight back this from Lashings. And what an over this has turned out to be so far. Not a single run conceded. And two wickets already. Can't get the single. It's in the same region. I think there's a ball left. Oh, must be a miscalculation. Singh has come up. Yes, Singh has just churned out a wicket maiden. 116 for 4. Two new men at the crease. San Diego Surf Riders, 22 required in 18 balls. Slower delivery to start with. Akmal. He's got a good Yorker as well. Lashings were not in the game. In the first 6 overs with Fernando, the Riders were dominating. And the last 6 overs, at least till now, it's the Lashings who found themselves back into this game owing to some disciplined bowling and very ordinary batting. It's not easy to defend totals on a small ground like this. 21, 17 deliveries. That's the equation. Swing and a miss. Hajizada doing something that we've seen so many times. Trying to get through the over rather quickly. Pressure on Manipali. Where does he target? Manipali gets a little more time. Puts back to ball, but straight to the fielder. A single. Vanipalli is off the mark. Nandula rather. It's another dot ball. So it's not a single correction. Or the score has stagnated for 117 now for two deliveries. 21 required in 15 balls. Another dot delivery. Going at it with hard hands, Vanipalli. It's been 5 deliveries. He's yet to get his first. Pressure on the San Diego Surf Riders. Harpreet and co have brought themselves back into this game successfully. What a turnaround. What a turnaround. The series of events that have unfolded in the last 15 minutes have been inexplicable from San Diego Surf Riders. They were in the game and suddenly they've lost momentum and Hajizada is breathing fire. Very crucial delivery coming up. Can Hajizada get it in the block hole? He's good with Yorkers. He's gone for slower delivery, back of length, in the air, taken, another wicket. San Diego Surf Riders in deep, deep trouble. And the Lashings are a step closer to realizing their dream of having a fantastic weekend. Dear oh dear. Akmal Hajizada. Change in pace at the right moment. Simplest of catches. Manipali departs without troubling the scorers 117 for 6. Hajizada will have one more over up his sleeve so he can bowl the 20th. Hutchinson is breathing fire. Or will the captain be tempted to go for a spinner to bowl the next one, the penultimate? 21 required in 13 balls. Outstanding this from Lashings. Oh, the height will be checked as well. The luck factor has run out for Hajizada. This is going away for 4. A change of delivery that wasn't required in this situation. Error in judgment. And Bhagat finds the boundary somehow. Luckily for Hajizada, it's not a no ball. 18 gone, 1-1 for 6. The bowlers have brought them back into this game. The Lashings have done really well to find themselves at this stage with 17 required for the opposition San Diego Surf Riders at their home turf. Bhagat. He's found the gap here. He's squeezed past the first line of defense, but the second line of defense will ensure it's only a single. So much drama for a single. No, he's come back for two. He's come back for two. Nandula is assuming responsibility. "15 required. 11 deliveries." And he's expecting a wide delivery to be given, not to be. Elmore Hutchinson with his change in pace. He's got plethora of experience. He's been in this situation many a time. Manufacturing the shot to find the gap. He's done a lot. Despite the dive, the ball will go for four. Drama unfolds here at the Canyon Side Park, San Diego. The home side move closer to victory. And Hutchinson stuck to his plan of bowling outside off. Hasn't worked. The slower delivery hasn't worked this time. Nandula had enough time to get down on one knee and put it away. He's targeting the same region. This time gets it straightened. What a good game of cricket we've had. A nail biter in the true sense of the word. Now 10 required of 8 balls. Bhagat has got one boundary, but that too not convincing. The scorecard doesn't differentiate. The San Diego Surf Riders are asking him to get another from the meat of the bat, the slice of the bat, the shoulder, edge, toe, whatever suits you. Hutchinson, he's got a good Yorker too. He hasn't used it up until now. Bhagat's a tall man. Hutchinson's a tall man. Yorker a great option. Or would he go slow and outside off? Because that seems to be working for him. 10 required, 8 balls. Stopped within the 30-yard circle. Good result for Hutchinson. Bhagat scampers through for a single. Now 9 required. 7 balls. A big delivery coming up. Does Nandula stick to getting a single and retaining strike, or does he trust Bhagat and go for a big shot here to leave as little as possible, as few runs as possible for the final over? Finds it from the middle of the bat and sends it to a great area for 4. Nandula and the leg side, a love affair you'll never forget. 133 for 6. 5 required of the last over. He was starting from outside the leg stump, prompted Hutchinson to go towards the stumps. An attempted Yorker that ended up being a full toss at a comfortable height as well, puts it away for 4. Drama. Five needed. 1 over. The final over. Five needed for San Diego Surf Riders, four in the bank for the Lashings. First ball, Hajizada. Can he get a wicket? Not easy. Has he pounced it? Difficult to say from here. Oh, it's an effort nonetheless that he'll remember. Was so close to getting a wicket here, Hajizada. Not in control, Bhagat. But what that single has done has brought Nandula back on strike. What an effort in the deep. Oh, it's indeed a catch. I beg your pardon. It's indeed a catch. He's reached it. It's more than an effort. He's gone the distance to complete that wicket. Was waiting for cues in terms of celebration. None. That's because he sees the bigger picture here, Hajizada. Wicket of the first ball. Perfect start. Runner ball 5 required for the San Diego Surf Riders. Man in, the new man in. Nandula handcuffed to the non-striker's end. Misses it. Pressure. What does Menon do here? Does he look for a single? Because Nandula is finding boundaries at ease. Hajizada is quite comfortable bowling to Menon, even if he requires all the other deliveries to be bowled to a same batter. To the same batter indeed. We've talked about the angle that helps Hajizada, the cutters that he's bowling. It's helping too. Wanting to be cheeky, now he's got to take that run. He hasn't connected. But more importantly for San Diego Surf Riders, it's Vijay Ram Nandula back on strike. I think there was a very quick concussion check as the batter arrived with the non-strikers end, Menon. What does Nandula do? Does he go for a glorious shot here? He doesn't want to take it down to the wire. He doesn't want to keep it till the last ball. And I don't think single is an option with the way Menon's gone about his business in the two balls he's faced. Starting from outside leg, moving across. That's been the plan. Tries it again, but this has gone only high. Should be taken, puts it down. Do they come back for the second run here? They've got to rush. Wait a minute. Have they taken the runs? Oh, they have. Indeed, they have. Two more required. Nandula survives. Hajizada was so close to getting his wicket. Battle of nerves, this. What an outstanding weekend we've had here at the Canyonside Park. 2 runs required, 2 balls available. San Diego Surf Riders. All 3 results possible. Do we have a super over in store? Will the San Diego Surf Riders win? Will Hajizada find the wicket he needs? Not from the middle of the bat. This could be taken. It is taken indeed. One thing that Nandula had to do was to ensure that he puts bat to ball. He did, but not for the best part. When it mattered the most, Hutchinson was posted in the deep and he's completed the catch under pressure. Two required for victory for San Diego Surf Riders. One ball remaining. Harpreet's got to call the fielders in. Try and save the single. What a nail biter this has turned out to be. When these two teams meet, there's always magic waiting to unfold. Across seasons, across years, even when the rivalry is carried on to Woodley Park, when cricket was played there, and the Canyon Side Park as well, we've had some magical games of cricket when these two sides have met. Remember, both these teams have had so many good cricketers playing in both the jerseys in different years. And that's the reason they understand each other so well, making the rivalry even more special. For the moment, two required of one ball. Manon's got to be careful. He's got to remain inside the crease. Prasad. Two required. Hajizada. Is it going to be another cutter? Last ball. And a message has been sent across to Manon. More pressure on Prasad. Hajizada more experienced, remember. Can Prasad hold his nerve? Last ball. Hits it straight and hits it well enough. Will travel the distance. A magical finish to a game that will be remembered for a long time, for the fight back of San Diego Surf Riders and the Lashings having it in the bag up until the last delivery. It took a youngster to walk out, take guard, handle the pressure of a false start of the bowler, and then when the ball arrived eventually, puts it away for six to ask the world, what is the fuss about? The next generation of San Diego Surf Riders. A glimpse is what we've seen today. Surf Riders regain their turf as they split 1-1 in this weekend against the same opponents. What a fantastic game of cricket. It took 40 overs of play to decide a winner. This is minor league cricket at its best. Fernando, 56 of 39, notches up back-to-back half-centuries this weekend. Kept them in the hunt till the end. Pranav lost his wicket early. Snell was looking good. But towards the end, it was Nandula provided quick runs, with Prasad providing the much required six towards the end. 18 apiece, Snell and Skanda. A stutter after AB went back to the hut. Kunj was struggling too. But Sabrish Prasad famously hitting a six to win. And it reminds me, against the same opponents, another good game of cricket. Remember, Sabrish becomes the second batter for San Diego Surf Riders to hit a six to win the game of the very final ball. Sri Krishna was the other. On the same ground, but on a different side. Now Harpreet, 2 wickets. Akmal take about 3 wickets after the way he started off. Zahid, an excellent comeback. But the Lashings just couldn't defend this total. They tried their level best. They brought themselves back into the game. They were very close to winning it too. But San Diego Surf Riders and the youngster Prasad thrives under pressure. That's the upshot of the game. 137 for 9. The Lashings, after winning the toss and choosing to bat first, Dodson's 32 of 28 could be split in two parts. One where he had rhythm, one where he didn't. Ishaq was terrific for his quick fire 30. And Bhagat with his three wickets did feature in the top three. Zadran too, that was towards the end, and Prasad was has come back with one wicket, but he deserved a lot more than that for the way he bowled. Bowled the majority of his overs in the power play, remember. And San Diego Surf Riders, with the bat in hand, finished it off, but only when they had no nails left whatsoever. Fernando 56 of 36, 39. Outstanding effort with the bat in hand once again. Patel makes the cut to the top three in terms of the batters list with his 18, looking solid for those 10 balls. And then Sharma, the captain, it's not an innings that he wants to remember for the way he got out. Ajizada pulled his team back into the game with his three wickets. Singh outstanding with his bowling figures and his captaincy too. Zakil, who found his mojo towards the end, tried his level best to weave a web around the batters, did return with a wicket. It's the San Diego Surf Riders, though, who eventually win by two wickets in an absolute nail-biter of a game. The best of minor league cricket is what you see when these two teams collide, and the Canyon Side Park continues to be a place that continues to give us some lovely games of cricket. All in all, a wonderful weekend of cricket between the two sides as they split 1-1. I'm Suhas Vedam, an absolute pleasure to be on commentary for you for this game too. We'll meet you soon. Until then, take care.